right, part 4 of Ben 10 Illustrated entire story, man. We gonna see what this about. We gonna see. I mean, I know what Ben 10's about, but you know, Inktank, they know everything. So they're going to say something that I didn't even know. So let's get started with this, man. Make sure you like and sub up if you like Ben 10. Recommend me anybody. I don't care how many subs they got. I mean, I do. But if they just started, probably not. But if they have a decent audience or whatever, I'll react to their Ben 10 related stuff. Anything related to Ben 10, recommend it to me. I'll react to it. And we gonna hop into this, man. Let's see. Teach me something. Stay tuned to info part 5. Bro, this video old. Bro, I can't play that part. I'd be scared. I'd be scared. I'd be scared. I'd be scared. I can't play the beginning. I'm scared. I'm scared. No.
This video is the 4th in a 5-part series of an illustrated.
Okay, I'm scared. I'd be scared to play this part.
That is the hero of heroes.
Wait, I think I can get away with that, actually. Let's restart this. I think I can get away with that. I'm tripping.
This video is the 4th in a 5-part series of an illustrated retelling of the entire history of Ben 10, from the classic series all the way to Omniverse. The information will be presented chronologically, so you will see all.
Wait, he says this in the beginning of every video. Y'all don't need to see that.
A tyrant named Agrigor sets out to absorb the powers of 5 special alien species, which would give him the power to survive the treacherous journey to collect all 4 parts of the map of infinity.
Right.
Agrigor captures the aliens and makes his way back to Osmos 5, where he will absorb their powers through a special machine. The alien prisoners revolt and crash land on Earth, each going their separate ways.
Right. There's water hazard.
Off the coast of the ocean.
This is really cool, by the way.
And is found.
This is really cool, by the way. Like the way that I think he hand drawn this, right? But this must have took like. How is this still not being made like right now? It gotta have taken forever to do this, and this video's old.
By bystanders. Too weak from his previous battle,
What the
he
heck?
cannot return to his normal form and can barely move. He is unable to resist being sold to a traveling carnival as a sideshow until he is discovered by a member of the Flamekeeper Circle, run by a man named Conduit Edwards. The Flamekeeper Circle is a religious charity organization at face value, but in secret, worship an ancient being known as the Dagon. They believe that humanity was jump-started by aliens, and that the Dagon would one day return to Earth for a second coming of enlightenment. And
I remember that.
It happens that Vilgax bears a passing resemblance to him. Members of the Circle are known as the Esoterica, and as worshippers of the Dagon, have the ability to phase in and out of dimensions, and expel power.
But that's still crazy. Like, you know how OP that is? Like, you're phasing into nothing and becoming something. The esoteric.
Powerful demonic energy, Vilgax nervous system.
Dang, I forgot they
Joining
did
him
that
on
too.
Galvin Mark II while he heals. Paradox claims that he was the one who hid all 4 pieces of the map of infinity as a race between Ultimate Agrigor and the trio begins. Despite their efforts, Ultimate Agrigor.
That's still crazy. Paradox, I guess he couldn't help them because of the time stuff. But that's crazy. He hid it. He knew. That's crazy. Paradox is crazy. He knows what's going to happen before it happens. But he hid the pieces knowing this would happen. But if he's the one that controls the pieces, why didn't he hide it in places that he wouldn't find it? But he knew this was going to happen. But does he control what's going to happen? But does it matter what happens differently? But if he's the one that hid it, my brain hurts. If he's the one that hid it, he would be the one that controls that future. Because if he didn't hide it,
Or proves to be very
I'm
smart
canceled.
and very powerful, and builds the map
I'ma
of
let
infinity,
Inktank
which
talk.
grants him access to the Forge of Creation, where celestial
Look at the Alien
sapiens,
X.
such as Alien X, are born.
Hey, we got this old mattress
Waterbed.
and the receipt.
How about you beat it with a better deal on one of these fresh setups?
Paradox brings them to the Forge's entrance, where Ben accidentally entangles himself with a chrono-randomization barrier,
it's Ben.
pulling his 10-year-old
Ben,
self
Ben.
out of the timeline for a team-up of generations. The two Bens, Gwen and Kevin,
This was cool.
battle Ultimate Agrigor on the palms of a giant celestial sapien mother. Agrigor plans to absorb its child and obtain omnipotence, as infinite celestial sapiens do not have the same drawbacks as their adult selves. Just as he is about to succeed, Kevin sacrifices his sanity and absorbs the powers of Ben's Ultimatrix, creating Ultimate Kevin, and
That meant
defeats
Ultimate
Agrigor
Kevin.
by absorbing his powers too. The overwhelming power immediately drives Kevin mad, and the trio is temporarily broken. Paradox takes young Ben back to his own timeline.
And Paradox
allowing
knew
him to
this.
recall these events as a dream, so Ben can faintly remember a future where they were once best friends. Kevin's involuntary betrayal
I still want to know if that's true or not. There's no way that's true.
drives a wedge between Ben and Gwen. Gwen continues.
Wait, I know that's true, but is it? I don't know. The dream thing is crazy because it's like he said they were. I know they said it, but it's like in the beginning, Alien Force, he didn't recall it as a dream. But I don't know.
The idea that Kevin has changed and they should save him no matter what. Ben disagrees, saying Kevin is obviously too far gone and they should kill him before anyone else gets harmed by him.
Ben is
Meanwhile,
OP.
Ultimate Kevin hungers for power and attacks many of his old friends and enemies alike, including the Max Force and the Warden that killed his childhood friend who helped him escape. With the
Right.
help of sometimes enemy Darkstar and Cooper Daniels, a technopath, Ben and Gwen each take their own shot at dealing with Kevin. Gwen tries to get Kevin to see reason, which fails. Ben engages Kevin in battle, as both nearly die at different points.
This was crazy. And how did he animate that
Darkstar
like
and
that?
Cooper finalize a device that can cure Kevin powered by the remains of the Dominus Librium, an ancient energy-conducting artifact believed to be of alien origin. With Kevin cured, the trio reunited,
Bro,
and Max
put some
finally
clothes on.
healed from his injuries. All seems
Hey,
well
it's
in
Max.
This is until the Forever Knights, continuing their ancient tradition of finding and exploiting alien technology, come across an old seal bearing their symbol that they believe to be a weapons vault. They crack open the vault, but it is
So-
too strong to break open entirely, and lets loose a creature that starts wreaking havoc on Bellwood. This gains the attention of the trio, who work with the Knights to track down the creature. When found, the creature leeches onto Gwen,
So-
embedding itself into her mind, temporarily controlling her. The trio free her, leaving Gwen with new memories, revealing the creature to actually be a demon that feeds off of prayers called a Lacubra, a servant of a
I think
great
I remember
being
that.
named the Dagon. What they broke was actually a seal that was keeping the beast away, and now he is slowly breaking free again. The broken seal also alerts an old man from the senior center
Look at
known
George.
simply as George, who begins to make his
I
way
knew that
to the
before he
seal.
said it. I'm a
Confirming
god.
it is broken, his quest to slay the Dagon begins once more. He goes to Area 51 and teleports the entire base onto the side of a mountain and
Area
uses it as a
51.
place to perform.
Area 51 in Ben 10 is kind of crazy because aliens already existed, but it's like, isn't Area 51 in like real life? Don't come after me, government, please. Isn't Area 51 in real life meant to hide the world from aliens? But it's like the world already knows about aliens, so Area 51 is kind of useless.
his operations.
You know,
Meanwhile,
it's like-
the trio is confronted by Paradox and Ultimate Ben.
Look at
another
Ultimate Ben.
version of
People
Ben's
hate Ultimate
future.
Ben. Look
Ben
at Ultimate. I
realizes
like
that
Ben
every time he
in general.
meets his future self, his future will change. But for now, this future comes with the power to access his transformations while in human form. They arrive
That was
to help
crazy.
put an end to Eon, an evil time walker who has been traveling across the multiverse, killing different Ben Tennysons. Although they later find that this is not the case, as he is in fact recruiting them for his own personal reasons. The trio, Ultimate Ben and Paradox, defeat Eon by destroying their universe's version of the Hands of Armageddon, which is said to exist simultaneously in every possible universe.
Okay.
Ultimate Ben returns to the future after giving Ben's Ultimatrix new transformations, and Paradox warns Ben to beware a
Okay.
man named Old George. At this time, Old George hails a meeting at Area 51 with the leaders of each faction of the Forever Knights, who have all had their own run-ins with Ben over the years.
Look at
and
George, like,
proclaims
hunched
that the
over,
Knights
like,
must carry
"Sit
out
up,
their true
George."
order, exterminating all aliens on the planet. He upgrades the Knights with advanced armor and weaponry, with special vehicles to complement. The Purge, as it is officially titled, is kicked off with the death of Pierce Wheels.
They really
one of
took
Max's
out Pierce,
students,
bro. That's
prompting
crazy.
the trio to step in. Ben puts an end to the Purge, but later finds that the entire event was a distraction.
That's crazy. Pierce is really just gone. That's still crazy to me. I don't know. He was a character.
As George's real quest was to re-obtain the Sword of Ascalon, which is currently still piercing the Dagon's heart in his invisible, teleporting fortress. George was able to calculate where the fortress would appear next, and using his notes, Gwen and the gang follow closely behind. At the fortress, George and the trio are both met by Vilgax, who were brought by the Flamekeeper Circle.
Bro, look at
Still
that
thinking
Equatorial
Vilgax is
Stereo.
Dagon, they aim to reunite Dagon with his heart so he may regain his full power and save humanity. As a battle between the Esoterica and the Forever Knights ensues, Vilgax grabs hold of Ascalon
Oh my.
and is rejuvenated back to his land form, now powered by the sword. He then hears the voice of the real Dagon, telling him he is aware of his shenanigans, but will actually grant him ultimate power if he becomes his servant, and go back to the seal and finish breaking it to set Dagon free. Vilgax agrees
That's
and
true.
heads towards the seal. with the trio and Old George chasing him. At the seal, Vilgax fails to fully break it and is instead sucked into the cracks, leaving Ascalon behind. Old George reunites with Ascalon and is restored to his youthful strength.
That's
Old
crazy.
George says the Dagon is his mission, and the trio agree to back off for now and see if Old George can handle it on his own. A few weeks later, the trio investigate the Flamekeeper Circle's hideout, but find no one there. They find that they have rallied around the seal
Good
with an
clockwork.
army of Esoterica to help free Dagon once and for all. The Forever Knights, led by Sir George, stand against the Esoterica. As
Okay, get
hundreds
it done
upon
then.
hundreds of knights and
Hey, there's old
Esoterica
dude,
break into
Squire.
an all-out war, Conduit Edwards kills Sir George's squire, so Sir George kills Conduit Edwards, with Edwards still proclaiming his loyalty to the Great Dagon with his last
They really
dying
took
breath.
out Squire too.
Ben soon finds and joins George in battle, where they are confronted by Vilgax, who has now been granted demonic power from Dagon to destroy the seal. They fight against Vilgax's new form,
Look at
but appear
Edel.
evenly matched. As the seal cracks even more, Dagon's power is released onto Earth, turning every living being on the planet into Esoterica.
That's
Aside
crazy.
from George and the trio, who were protected by Gwen. However, the seal still isn't fully broken. Unsatisfied with Vilgax as his servant, Dagon reconnects with Gwen through a bug he implanted in her during the Lucubra incident, and forces her to break the seal. Gwen succeeds,
still crazy.
and Dagon frees himself into the universe. Dagon towers over them in a godlike prestige, and does battle with the trio and Sir George as the last defense against humanity. The Dagon turns George into dust, ultimately defeating him. As all hope seems lost, it is actually Vilgax, who was planning for this the whole time, who defeats Dagon by absorbing his power into himself, the same way he stole power from the other 10 worlds he conquered. Against
That's
a
still
Dagon-powered Vilgax, Ben wields the Sword of Ascalon himself, and fulfills George's destiny by putting an end to Dagon's power, forever. Ben absorbs the Dagon's power into the sword, and armed with the Ultimatrix, Vilgax proclaims Ben as a god and urges him to use his power to reshape the universe any way he wishes. Tempted by nigh omnipotence, Ben refuses the power and returns the sword to Asgard.
Yeah, Julie stopped him, right? Where's
Asmith is
Julie?
impressed by Ben's growth since becoming more arrogant after the hybrid invasion, and deems Ben worthy of the new, completed Omnitrix.
Hot take, not a hot take. They should have kept that, bro. Seeing that version in Ultimate Alien, I liked Omniverse, but I like the graphics too a lot. But I always got to look at that clip of like him with the watch in Ultimate Alien graphics, and just like I don't know. To be continued in part 5. Coming. But I already know. But this old, so we don't need to see that. All right, that was great. Part 5, last part coming up. Pretty sure the Omniverse stuff he'll bring that up, and we'll see what happens, man. Make sure you like and sub up. Recommend me any other Ben 10 related stuff, and I'll catch ya.